On the post-game show, congratulations on the win here on senior night and fan appreciation night. An emotional night, of course, with all the senior festivities going on, but certainly a lot of energy to get this one started. A 16-0 run to get the game going. That was the final margin, and well, I tell you what, the first half especially, about as chippy and physical a game as we've seen here in a long, long time.
Yeah, and I thought the officials had, I felt like they let him ride now, Jordan for a while. And then Jordan just got, but we got to play smarter than that. I mean, people can try and take you out of the game, and an easy way to do it's pushing or shoving and getting yourself a technical and getting ejected. But you've got to be able to hold your composure. And, once he got off the floor and he understood and he went back in, done a nice job.
Yeah, Coach, really a nice job on the defense. Really the first half I thought defensively was really good there in the late in the third quarter and into the early stages of the fourth quarter. We kind of put it on cruise control and thought it may have been over, but really we were only up 14 at that point in the fourth. But in the first half, Moline, I believe, between 10 and 12 turnovers in the first half, and they didn't know what hit them right away early.
No, our kids really got out and they covered, and Lindow is a great shooter. You saw him hit a couple there, but he didn't have many good looks tonight. Our kids done a great job of finding him and getting out on him and covering him up. And, when you got a player out there like that, you've got to be able to do that. And we still got to move and cover the middle a little bit, but, you'll take your chances on what we did and how we played. And but one of the things I liked is the kids played with a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and we defended. And I'll tell you what, Brant Coyne really played hard tonight. That's one of his better games, and hopefully here we can get him to play like that here the rest of the way out, and he'll make a difference in our basketball team. And then, Nathaniel playing his last game, he got into foul trouble. We tried to get him in and out there in the first half and tried to keep him from getting that third foul, and we were able to do that. But, I mean, you're playing with fire when you do that.
Yeah.
And but we were able to manage to get through the half with both of them only having 2 fouls and not pick up that third. So we done a nice job there.
Coach, you talked about playing with the intensity and the effort tonight. We usually get a lot of that from Austin Kirby. Austin was not available tonight. Talk about how that changed your rotation and how Jake Olson did in his starting role and the other players coming off the bench who took Austin's role tonight.
Well, we shuffle them around. We got good performance from Jake. He's a little bulldog. I wish he's 6'3", 6'4". We'd have a really good play. And we had to get him off the floor late when they started to trap because he's so small. They swallow him up right yet. And so maybe in another year he'll have a little more strength and be able to handle that. But I mean, I told both him and Jordan, our defense starts with our point guard. Whether they want to get out and pressure, whether they want to cover the high post area, and do the things that we have to do. And those two guys had a good game tonight. And, Jordan Gessner played a little bit more than normally, but he was also on the wing a little bit more, which is not as demanding in our defense as that point position.
Coach, rebounding, I thought we did a pretty good job of, especially late in that second half where the guys just, we saw Nathaniel Smith 3 times go after it on a miss, and really a lot of offensive rebounds. Had 10 last night. I'm sure we had more than that tonight. Talk a little bit about what's that doing just to give you extra possessions where we don't usually get that many.
Well, I know Brant Coyne made a lot of that stuff happen. He was all over and went to the boards, and, he even got out. And if he'll get out, he's 6'5" and get those hands up and arms, and, but we done a much better job, again, on the boards. And, it's just more possessions. Yeah. And, a team like Moline is not a transition-type team, so you can really go to the boards a little bit harder. Now, can we spend that much time crashing the boards next week?
Yeah.
It's a different type of game. Yeah. You either get it or you give up a layup and everything. So, we got to, adjust to what we're doing, but make sure we're doing what we want to do the way we want to play.
Coach, Lanphier coming up on Friday night. They've got 2 games next week. Of course, they've got a snow makeup on Tuesday night against Taylorville, and then we'll be down there on Friday night. Any advantage, disadvantage you see for Lanphier having to play that extra game in midweek because it's so out of sorts?
Now, a lot of teams will play that, here in February will pick a Tuesday or so to play because they try to break the rhythm of the weekend to where they're getting more in tune to the regional and how the format of the state tournament goes. So I don't think it'll hurt them a bit. That's how you're going to play when the state tournament starts. and everything. So, you know, we've got to be ready to play. I know they're going to be hungry after us and everything. So we need to, if we go down there with this type of intensity to play defense and everything, and we need to set a point across because it could, you know, turn around, play them in another, hopefully in another 4 or 5 days. Will be a big factor.
Coach, real quick here, looking at the stats on senior night, the seniors really dominated the stats, combining for 48 points. Brant Coyne finishing with 8 rebounds. Nathaniel having a double-double with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Just another big night from the 3 seniors, just like we expect every night.
Yeah, you know, that you expect that from those guys, and you know, they played, and that's what they've done. They've had their ups and downs, and again, I can't stress, people are down on the Railers and things. They've lost 5 games. You know, we've learned from those lessons and why we lost those 5 games, but 3 of those have been in last-second shots, 1 in double overtime, and then we, you know, even with Griffin, it was a tie game with 5 minutes to go, and you know, they got hot and hit some shots and things. So, you know, these kids are close to being undefeated, but you know, it's probably best that, you know, it's not that way. And, you know, there's no pressure on us. And, you know, and I tell the kids, we're only going to go as far as our defense and rebound will take us. And hopefully, you know, if they play like they did tonight, we got a good chance.
And, Coach, I heard you this morning on the cheap seats with Josh talk about last night's game was a step in the right direction. Was this another step in that same direction tonight?
Well, we haven't won in a double weekend. We haven't won 2 games. We've been splitting, and you know, I think that's an important thing for us. And right now, we're done with back-to-back games, and that's good for this team. And you know, hopefully, you know, we'll work now on their legs and being able to get their legs under them. And you know, I told them, they come over and I said, "Are you guys gassed?" Because we didn't do a whole lot of running and conditioning Wednesday and Thursday, and this time of year, you try and let the kids get their legs underneath them. And you know, if they can't handle it to where they can come out on Friday and Saturday and play with the enthusiasm, the intensity, you know, for the 32 minutes, because we're going to have to play that. It's going to take 32 minutes to get the job done.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight here on senior night, 58-42. One more regular season contest Friday night down in Lanphier, and then the real show starts with the state tournament, and everybody's trying to get ready for that. And the contest, you know, first things first, though, Lanphier comes up Friday night.
Yeah, and you know, we get Friday night, then we'll turn around, we play Tuesday, and that's always been a situation where we've not had good crowds on a Tuesday night. I know things are going on, we got school, but we need people's help on that Tuesday. We're going to need help all the way up and down in the state tournament to be able to do, and hopefully be successful.
All right, Coach, congratulations. We'll let you go enjoy Fan Appreciation Night here at Roy S. Anderson, and then we'll see you again Friday night down in Springfield.
Okay, thank you.
Railers with the victory, 58-42. We'll take another timeout and be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.